This is the drone video for Tract 7 at Hawk's Roost, and this was really a fun one. This was cool to see this tract from the air. Large tract, recently logged obviously, but you'll see some cool stuff in a moment here. The drone, we just launched the drone from the west side at the easement road where the truck is parked. Obviously you can see the recent logging. All the tracks at Hawk's Roost were logged to some extent, and some were logged more heavily than others, and some are a mix. This one's definitely a mix. You've got some areas that were logged heavily, you've got some areas that you'll see that were not, and kind of everything in between. So you can see quite a few remaining trees, quite a view to the north and northeast too. In the springtime when everything leaves out, this is going to look gorgeous. Obviously right now, going into the first winter after it was logged is when things look their worst. So now we're a little, probably, I don't know, around the middle of the property, maybe a little east of there, and now you can see some heavy logging. So you can see those limbs, you can see those tops. There are actually a number of remaining trees, but since they've already lost their leaves, they're not apparent from the air. And as we continue on, we get to this really pretty cedar glade, thick cedar glade toward the east side of the property. So that was really cool to see. The pasture you see is just over the property. There will be a fence line there, and that's about the north side of the property. So the pasture would give you an idea of what you'd have if you wanted to clear this for pasture, which you'd be welcome to do. So now we're looking at the east side and the cedar trees. There's also some hardwood trees in there, but that's mostly a thick grove of cedar trees, it looks like. You'll also see in a moment that on the east side it does have a power line running directly across, which is pretty fantastic. You've got the county road there. So interesting property. I believe we spin around in a second here and take a look back. So it's really got a little bit of everything. The topography is excellent. It's level on that west side at the easement road where the truck is parked, and it slopes down very gradually, and it levels out again on the east side where the cedar trees are and where the drone is right now. So I mean, just really pretty topography. You could basically build, wherever you would like. The extreme east side, I believe there's a wet weather creek, so you might not want to build, on the eastern tip, but as soon as you get out of that even a little bit, you're going to be in good shape. So coming down into the cedar grove, looks like some pine trees in there too. So like I probably mentioned, the first winter after a property's been logged is when it looks its bleakest, and that's definitely the case here, other than that greenery with the cedar grove. But over the next year or two, two big things. One of them is when these tops and limbs that were left by the loggers rot away, which takes 1 to 2 years generally. And then within that time, you're going to have the grass growing up, you're going to have tens of thousands of young hardwood trees, and you'll have the remaining trees, which just grow like crazy because they don't have all the competition that they used to have from the other trees. So after a couple of years, this will look completely different from the ground and from the air. But here's a great chance to get into a property at a very reasonable price. You really can't change the topography, and that's one of the best things about this property is the way the land lays. Flat up by the road, slopes down very gently, but does give you that really cool view to the north and to the east. That beautiful Ozark view that everybody wants, especially when they come from out of state. They want to get that view, and that's not always possible, but in this case it is. So check us out at InstantAcres.com. If this property is available, it will be on the website. If it's not, we'd love to talk with you about an available property that we may have. We look forward to speaking with you.